Employment Training Institute, which has come from the origin of root cities. So I will try to explain what this model is and how this model is going to help in creation of the micro enterprises with a scale and throughout the vastness of the country. So my presentation is going to be the strategic business enterprises for SHGs with the model of RCTs. To explain this, what the RCT is, I have one small video. This 1 minute. This particular incident is in 2017, the Kedarnath and Badrinath Dham, one of the Char Dhamas, they decided to ban the plastics to offer the prasadams. And then they decided that the ringal baskets, which are the naturally grown bamboos in the local area, will be permitted to be used as a basket for prasadam. At that point of time, the local self-employment training institute, that is the RCT, have come forward and they have done a beautiful training. How it has been done, just we'll see.
How did you cut cutting her still? अच्छा रेग मार से कर रहे हैं तो घिस रहे हैं मुलायम के लिए की तरफ सब छुपाए गए हैं
So if we analyze this particular video of 1 minute, we will very clearly understand that how the RCTs or the Rural Self-Employment Training Institutes make a sense in promoting micro enterprises for the self-help group members. When we see this video, they concentrate on the locally available resources, that is the bamboos, the local bamboos. They concentrate on the locally available resources, that is the self-help group members. They have been given the skills, and they are further supported by way of marketing support, and then they are further linked to the marketing. Yes. Like the training program which we just saw, there are thousands of micro enterprises promoted by the Rural Self-Employment Training Institutes across the country. In fact, the Ministry of Rural Development, which runs a very ambitious self-help group program called Day NRLM, wherein they have 5.2 million SHGs, covering about 6 crore women households. They have so many micro enterprises to be promoted all across the country. It is estimated that in the past, say 8 or 10 years of Day NRLM, there are about 3 to 5 lakhs groups which have already absorbed a credit of on an average 7 lakhs, and now they are at the cusp of migrating from the consumption level to the micro enterprise level. And this is the model of Rural Self-Employment Training Institute, which can support this with the scale. If we talk about our country, yesterday Honorable Finance Minister also said that in our country, everything is very big and very large. So this model of RCT also is a very, very big model which is spread across 565 districts of the country, covering 32 states and union territories. 27 banks are supporting this, and about 30 lakhs candidates have been trained on various micro enterprise ventures at these institutes. So if we really analyze this, the training is one thing which so many training institutes are doing, but how it makes a difference at the RCTs and why we should collaborate or connect with the self-help group movement promoting the micro enterprises. The answer lies in the unique way the RCTs are creating the micro enterprises. The uniqueness is shown in this circle, wherein right from mobilization of the local villagers, the SHGs, to the post-training support. So that is the uniqueness of this particular model, which makes sense for all of us to get it replicated all across. As my friend Janardhan was explaining, that here it's not only the training, that candidate will come and will give them something called the skill only. It is always a skill plus, because micro-entrepreneurship or enterprise is not only gaining some kind of a skill. The major challenge lies when they go back and want to pursue the enterprise which they have been trained in. And therein comes comes the 2 years of support. So these enterprises after training are not left, but continuously followed by the training institutes so that they are able to successfully establish the micro enterprises. And now this is the entire process which we follow in this model of RCTs, wherein right from the assessing the local demand till the skill upgradation. So the complete cycle is supported by the institutes, and it makes immense sense to collaborate with the vast requirement of SHGs all across the country to link the rural self-employment training institutes with the SHGs and then go for promoting the micro enterprises. Next. So this is the achievements so far we have, which is again a very tall achievements. The Rural Self-Employment Training Institute has got the vastness in the entire country. They have been aligned with the National Skill Qualification Framework, which is the true definition of skilling today. We have achieved 32 lakhs candidates with a settlement rate of around 70%, out of which about 9.5 lakhs have been credit linked. So if you really analyze this, it is a very, very big ecosystem wherein the micro enterprises can be promoted locally at the district levels and then supported through hand-holding by the banks. So this is the model of Rural Self-Employment Training Institutes, which we can replicate to promote micro enterprises all across the country, collaborating with the self-help group movement and self-help group requirement. At this juncture, I thank our respected president, who is the founder of this movement, and now it has grown up as a big family all across the country and has got the potential to support the self-help groups all across the country for promotion of micro enterprises. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Singh. I think one of the snippets of information is that SKDRDP and the Route Safety movement, they started almost simultaneously, around the same time. And both have, grown.
If you tell me there is a very famous song, Chaman ki jaise bahar se shadi hai. So if you really mix both the concept of our respected Hegreji, the self-help group movement, and the micro enterprise promotion, everything will become bahar like that. Thank you.
Thank you. So now I think with the permission of our day's moderator, I will borrow some time, Mr. Vishwanathan. We have to hear Professor, let me pronounce it properly, Kayokka Okutani. Do I get it right? Please. No, Mr. Vishwanathan, I don't see you and I don't hear you also.
Okay, my name is Kyoko Okutani from Japan. Thank you for giving an opportunity to speak such a big conference. I introduce myself. For more than 20 years, I assisting the women's entrepreneurs in Japan. And we have the school for women's entrepreneurship. 6,000 women graduated our school. Of them, 1,000 women started their own business and continue. And now so we have the linkage of these 1,000 women and still have a good relationship with them. Now I moved to Cambodia actually and started a school for the poor students. some of them from the village without the electricity or water supply system. But they want to be independent. So I help them how to be independent economically and not go to big city. In the rural area, they create the job by themselves. So now, young men, young generations tend to go to the big cities and get earn money. And the rural area faces on the depopulation. So the same as in Japan. So, to revitalizing in the rural area is very, very important, I think. So how to they stay in the rural area and creating a new job for them. That is our important mission. So we teach young generations how to create a job. And now, so in Cambodia, so we plant the cashew nuts, cashew. So very famous in India, I know. But in Cambodia, also they studied the cashew nuts too. And sometimes they cannot sell to the market because break into the pieces or very small one. So now we give some idea to the young generation how to make these cannot sell to the market, how to produce another product. For example, cookies or the drinks at the cafe or something like that. So I have the many women's entrepreneurs success in Japan, and I ask them to give some idea and collaborate together in Cambodian students and making a new products or making a new menus at the restaurant and the new value-added products from Cambodia with the cashew nuts. Now, I challenge like that. And actually, the 1,000 women, I think their idea is my property. So I asked them, how to do it? So they answered, how about this, how about this, how about this? So they want to contribute to the society. So after success, though the men succeed the business, so they want to buy a car, great car, or drink alcohol. But the women want to have a shared dream with the young generation and make a new society. So this is a strong point in the collaborate with women's entrepreneur, I think. And now, we expected to finance. We experienced the finance, like a microfinance in Japan too. And luckily, main clients are women. Nobody was bankrupt and returned money completely. This is our very honorable things. And why did they return completely? Because they trust each other, always helped them. So for example, when the organic bakery shop owner, women, cried she couldn't sell today because of the typhoon. So heavy rain, nobody comes to the bakery shop. But all our staff buy from these old bread from her, and support her every day. So we always take care and think about our clients and how to support every day. So they trust us, and we cooperate together. And another example, in 2011, So we have the big tsunami and a big earthquake. So like that. 見えるかな? Can you see this one? This one か. Cannot かな. Oh, sorry. But so the town is so almost destroyed by the big earthquake and tsunami. So and our client also destroyed the restaurant too, and she lost the confidence to be the independent anymore. But so we soon went to her place, and so we asked, so how much you need to start again? So she said $20,000 so she needs. And soon, so we prepare and so paid to her. And we called at the same time, so we called who want to support. So we asked the entrepreneurs also. And 40 members so gathered each the women's pay $500. And so 40 women helped her this revital the restaurant. And at the same time, so they provided the new sales channel. So they introduced to their customers too. So her product, seafood product, is nice. So they also at the same time so introduced the sales channel too. Later, I heard from her. The local bank asked to support her, but she refused because, of course, they borrow the money, much, but she must return with the interest, so they have the no plan, no business plan to sell. So how to do that? So the bankers cannot support about that. But we gathered the 50 entrepreneurs, and of course they buy, and at the same time so introduce the sales channels too. So she trusts us and cooperate together. So like that, so how to say, very, very, how to say, the women's have a very motivated when they are expected. So this is very, very important to support the women's entrepreneurs through my experience. And moreover, until the day before yesterday, our Cambodian students traveled to Japan and performed the traditional dance. And after the dance, so they made a presentation to the audience too. And they want to both to conserve the culture and to be independent by the small new business with cashew nuts. And more than 400 Japanese audience have moved to their presentation and gathered more than $11,000. Just only 1 month they travel. And so they gathered this money. So this is our trial to call for the money to citizens, so beyond the border. But they understand each other and expected our students' future. So that's why so Japanese so citizens pay, I think. So what is important besides the money is warm heart and sympathy. So from now, we would like to challenge the new society. Of course, the money is important, but beyond the money, initiative by heart. So that is a very, very important. So between the citizens, shake hands with the borders and with the heartwarming, warm heart is very, very important. I think through my experience, so I realized about it. So thank you thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. I have an apology to make to the audience. I promised you 10 minutes for asking 3 questions, but I don't think since I don't intend to stand in an election, I will breach this promise. Okay. Because I think Mr. Tamal Bandyopadhyay is full of questions and Mr. Khan is full of answers. They will immediately follow this. I have just to wrap up what happened, meaning putting women into groups and then putting them through a certain financial discipline is not going to be enough if we have to make a difference to livelihoods. The range of presentations here, when Arup started saying, yeah, we need to actually look at the creation of self-employment enterprise, and partnerships are a very key way forward. He talked about the example where for Prayas, they have had a collaboration with SKDRDP. Shankar talked about how finance is just not enough. You have to look at the multi-pronged approach where you surround them with the technology, skills, other social support, handholding mechanisms. Then Jagannath talked about it's not a straight through process. You cannot just make people become an entrepreneur tomorrow. First you look at what is the sustenance that they are doing, promote them into a viable livelihood. Then you go through several stages of tiny, nano, micro, all that stage. Then finally you talk about creation of enterprise. And Mr. Singh talked about how you can actually take it to scale and what all it requires. He also underlined the importance of handholding post the enterprise creation. And Professor Okutani, she talked about how women are a better bet, meaning that's a point that we have been making time and again, starting from Sunita ji. She confirmed saying that you give a man a good enterprise, he earns a good income and he gets good alcohol. Whereas a woman, she looks at making the family good, which is why they bet on them so much. And also the natural bonding among women, how it brings up a combined approach to enterprise. So from my side, I have only 2 issues finally to raise when I conclude. When we talk about enterprises, farm-based enterprises are far easier to do because people have been doing it. You talk about crop diversification, improving technology. When it comes to non-farm, the variety is mind-boggling. There are several things to be done, different skills are required. So the trainers require to know how to apply the skill at a micro scale and where are the markets. And institutions, even like SKDRDP, with all its effort, is still struggling to find the holy grail of how to make non-farm sector enterprises work. And you think about others. But across the country, when I see, maybe there are 3 institutions which have made a success of moving women from only self-help groups to enterprises, crossing the livelihood barrier. The foremost probably is SKDRDP. We also have Mavim, a government-based corporation in Maharashtra, then Hand in Hand, which is based in Tamil Nadu. These are the 3 institutions I see which have done this in